Little Club.
Hello.
How are you all? Hope you're okay. So lovely to be with you again today. We've had a fab week, haven't we, Tim?
Yes, we have.
We've been very busy again, as always, in the garden and doing lots and lots of things. And I'm so excited. I just can't control myself, can I? We've had an email. Well, we've had a few emails actually, haven't we, Tim?
Emails.
Which, it really made my day, especially one of them, because we got a lovely email and some photos sent to us by the lovely Joseph and Lizzie.
Yes.
And they sent some photos of themselves making their bird feeders, didn't they? And it was so lovely to see. And I'm going to show you here them now. Look, there they are, making their bird feeders. I know. And then there's a lovely photo as well of them hanging them up.
Yes.
Now, I do hope, Joseph and Lizzie, that the birds in your garden are more, what should we say, grateful?
Hungry.
Grateful.
Yes.
For your
interested.
Yes. Well, because they do look very nice bird feeders, actually nicer than ours, don't you think? Because the birds in our garden, like we said last week, weren't interested at all.
No.
Except, we'll show you another photo now. The cheeky local squirrel came to visit.
And he was very interested.
He was very interested in our bird feeder. Ate them all, scampered off with a bit of stale bread, didn't he?
Yes.
But he seemed to enjoy it, so hey, all's good. So it's so lovely to hear from you. So thank you for posting that to us. And also, something we're really excited about is some more emails. Now, actually, these weren't to me. These were to you, weren't they, Tim?
Yes.
Tim has got some fan mail, so I thought we'd read some of those out as well. Actually, we've got a few more than this, so this is just a few of them, isn't it?
Yes.
But I said we cannot read them all out because we'll be here all day. Okay, so first one. I know. Dear Tim, wow, your channel is great. I really like the Horrid Henry stories, but the best bit of all is your funny comments when you're talking to your sidekick, Mrs. Jordan.
Yes. Sidekick.
Can I have a signed photo of you, please? Just you, not Mrs. Jordan. Keep up the good work, John Dory.
Of course you can, John.
Thank you, John.
I'll send an email to you with a lovely picture of me.
Lovely, thank you for that. Another one. Dear Tim the Shark, your channel is a winner. Yay! Who knew a shark could be so talented, witty and handsome?
I did, I knew.
Have you thought about appearing on Britain's Got Talent or X Factor?
That's a really good idea, isn't it?
You really should. You've certainly got a big future in show business ahead of you.
Oh, thank you.
Just make sure that Mrs. Jordan character doesn't hold you back.
Okay, that's very useful advice, thank you.
I'd think about replacing her. How about a sleeping cat or nice plant? Your biggest fan, Wilma Miggins.
Oh, thank you, Wilma.
Thank you, Wilma.
You're very, very discerning and, yes, intelligent and lovely. Thank you, Wilma.
Dear Tim.
Oh, Mummy, could you lift my leg up? It seems to have slipped.
Oh, sorry, Tim. There we go. Is that more comfortable for you?
Yes, that's much better, thank you.
Just a quick note to say how much I've enjoyed your videos. If things keep going well, I'll get my people to speak to your people about an appearance on my show later in the year. Regards, Graham Norton. No way.
Wow.
How exciting.
That's so wonderful. I'm a big fan of Graham. He's very good.
We love Graham.
A very, very good chat show host.
Yes, we love him.
Oh, wait for that then. I'll look forward to that.
Well, and me. I mean, I'm presuming I'm going to come as well.
Is it addressed to you?
Well, no, but, you know, after all, you are my sidekick. dear Mr. Shark. Well, this sounds a bit formal, Tim.
Well, I have formal fans as well as informal ones.
We note that you have started a YouTube channel.
Yes.
We would like to remind you that all income from this enterprise must be reported to HMRC, either via your personal income tax return or corporate accounts. Wishing you every success, Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs. Now, boys and girls,
Does that count as fan mail?
Well, no, not really. I don't know why Mr. Jordan printed that one out. Mr. Jordan printed these out this morning, so it's the first time I've actually read them. But see, this is where when you're grown up and you're working and you're earning money, you have to pay taxes, you see, and that's where you have to pay taxes. You have to pay money, and it goes towards goes to the government to help with lots of local things and stuff like that. So that's who that's from. So they're telling you, Tim, any money that you earn, you need to declare it. Otherwise, you could get into some trouble.
Luckily, we're not earning any money.
That is lucky. Well, that's fabulous. Thank you, I think, for all your lovely letters to Tim. Maybe you could send some to me next time.
Yes, I'll write some more next week. Oops.
What, sorry, Tim?
Nothing.
Tim?
What?
Did you actually get these emailed to you, or did you actually
Yes.
write them to yourself? Just as I thought. Tim, you cannot send yourself your own emails, your own fan mail. It's just not right.
Oh,
I'm very disappointed in you, Tim.
they were good though.
Well, that's a matter of opinion.
I enjoyed them.
So, anyway, shall we get on? Shall we go on a bug hunt? I thought it would be fun. The sun's come out
Yes.
for us. I'm actually getting quite warm here. I need my sunglasses on, not my reading glasses. Anyway, so I thought we'd go for a little bug hunt around the garden.
Crunchy bugs.
We'll see what ones we can find. And we did go last week, didn't we? And we took some photos last week of the bugs that we found. So if we don't find any today, we can show you some of the bugs that we found last week as well. Because we've been looking up some
Yes.
interesting facts about them too, haven't we, Tim?
Yes, we have.
Yeah. So
We have.
okay, so let's go. Tim, can you see the bees?
Yes.
Look. Oh, the bees in our garden love these flowers, don't they?
Yes, they do.
What are they doing, Tim, when they go in there? Do you know?
Hiding?
Well, no, they're not hiding. They're collecting pollen.
Oh,
And do you know what pollen does?
no.
It makes you sneeze. No, it doesn't really. They collect it and take it back to their beehives or wherever they live. And they live in lots of different places, bees. Do you know where else they live?
In tower blocks.
No.
In houses.
No.
On canal boats.
No. Some bees live in holes in the ground, and in our garden they love our grass for some reason, and we have lots of bees living in holes in our garden, in our grass, and they just live on their own, and it's amazing how they find their own way home, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So anyway, they love this. Look, there's lots of them there coming and going, and they do that all day. And I can see something else very close to us, Tim, if we're very careful. Look. What's that, Tim? Do you know?
Is it a stone?
No, it kind of looks like a stone, but it's a snail. Now, snail. Oh, look, and down there, if you have a look, can you see? Oh, it's gone. It was a spider.
You were brave.
I was very brave. And there's something. What is that there, Tim?
I don't know.
I think actually that is a. Oh, that's another spider. And I'm just going to move out the way just so it doesn't crawl on me. Mrs. Jordan isn't actually a very big fan of spiders. And look, there it is. Can you see it? I don't know. Look, I don't know whether you can see it at home, children. There, look where my, oh, I'm being really brave. Can you see? It's hanging from one of the plants, and it's a kind of green colour. So it's a bit camouflaged with the grass and plants. Fabulous. Right, should we go and see the other side of the garden, see if we can find anything else apart from, so what have we found? Woodlice, bees, snails, a spider and a worm. We'll go and see if we can find some ants maybe. Okay, let's go. Right, Tim, I think I'm going to look under one of these pots. Let's see. Oh, okay, we've got some red ants. Now, red ants are a bit, do they bite, Tim, red ants? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I think they do, they're a bit nippy. Normal ants don't, but red ants do. And loads more woodlice, just for a change.
Good.
Yes. See, this garden is like wood. Oh look, can you see them there? On there, loads of them. Woodlice City. And oh, Tim, look what I found. Do you know what that's called? Do you know what that's called? It's a buttercup.
It's a butter. Oh,
It's
I
a
was
buttercup.
thinking.
And do you know what you're supposed to do with buttercups?
Spread them
To
on
go-
toast.
You know that, well, yes, you do spread butter on toast, but not buttercups. Right, so you go like this, and you put it under someone's chin, and if it's yellow, can you see, is it yellow under mine? It means I like butter. Tim, yeah, you like butter.
Oh, do I?
Yes, do you?
I don't know. I've never tried butter.
Oh, we'll have to try some later. Do I like butter?
Yes.
Yes, I do. How exciting.
Did you not know that you liked butter? Did you have to test yourself with a flour to find out that you liked butter?
Yes, thanks, Tim. Well, do you know
Could you
what?
not just taste the butter?
I'm actually a bit fed up with this bug hunt because it's not very
Why?
exciting.
Because there are no bugs.
Every time I come out into the garden, I get attacked by bugs. And today, no. This is why they say never work with children,
and animals.
and bugs.
But that doesn't include sharks.
I think maybe they should say never work with sharks, especially if
No.
they get all the fan mail.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm going to go and sit back at the table, Tim, because we've got some photos. I'm going to show you some photos really quickly of the bug hunt that we did do last week in our garden to prove to you that there actually were some bugs in here.
Yeah.
So, after a little bit of a disappointing bug hunt today, we're going to show you some photos that we took last week in our garden, aren't we, Tim?
Yes, we are.
So our first one, now, we did see a snail today actually, didn't we?
Yes.
Now snails, we've been looking at a few little, you know, interesting fun facts about the bugs that we saw last week.
Yes.
Now snails, I kind of found out that they have tongues. Did
Yes.
you know that?
No.
They have a tongue. Most snails have tongues, and it's not called a tongue. It's called a radula.
Ooh. That's a strange name.
And do you know what it's? It's almost like a file, and
Ooh.
it rips up the leaves and things that they eat into tiny, shreds them into tiny little things, so it's more manageable to eat. Because they,
That's interesting.
yeah, and it's like it's almost like they've got tiny, tiny microscopic teeth on them.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's very strange.
not teeth like you've got, Tim.
No.
No.
Not wonderful, clever, big
so
teeth.
we actually get quite a lot of snails in the garden.
we do.
Obviously only found one today.
Yes.
And they are a bit naughty sometimes though as well, because they do like eating our plants, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Especially our
They do.
vegetables.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're not that keen on that.
Naughty, naughty snail.
They are naughty. Right, so that's a snail. Next one. Next photo is lovely ants. Now, we saw some ants, didn't we?
We did,
today?
yes.
we've got, you know, there's ants everywhere, aren't there? And
Yes.
in the summer, I mean, you often see them when, especially when it's warm.
Yes.
They like to come out, and
Yes.
there's lots of them around. They come out above their nests,
They do.
don't they?
They do, yes.
Yeah. And do you know what? Ants actually are quite fantastic. I mean, they are very creepy crawly if they're on you and tickly, but yeah, they are.
Yeah.
But do you know what? They are so strong, ants. They can actually lift 20 times their body weight.
Wow.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine actually lifting 20 times 20 Tims?
Oh, yes.
I know.
That would be quite a lot of
It
Tims.
would. You'd have to be super strong,
Yes,
wouldn't
you
you?
would. Yes,
Yeah,
very.
I know. It was quite amazing. So that's our lovely friendly ant. So our next photo. Ah, now this one is quite amazing. Now, Mr. Jordan, I think we told everyone, didn't we, the other week, that Mr. Jordan had finished the pond in
Yes,
our garden.
yes.
Now, another day we'll show you the pond and the water feature. And what we're going to do, actually, I'm changing the subject slightly. We're going to
like you, Mrs. Jordan.
we're going to get some lovely plants to put in the pond, special plants for water, and we're also going to get some water snails.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so when we're going to order them, when they come, we'll film them so we can show you what we've done. So that will be quite nice to do.
Yes, that'd
but
be
we
good.
can't get any fish because the pond isn't deep enough, because it has to
No.
be a certain depth. So it's safe and nice for fish to swim in and live in. So, but we couldn't get our pond that deep because there's lots of rock and stone around. So we thought, well, we'll have some snails in there instead.
And it can be a wildlife pond.
It can be, yes.
So we might get frogs, toads, newts,
yes.
salamanders, ostriches.
No, Tim. No. Now, I did tell you before we started filming not to mention the ostrich again. Anyway, now, what did we find the other day?
A damselfly.
A
large red damselfly.
Yes. Now, this loves damselflies and dragonflies. They love being around water. So we had one of those buzzing around the pond. Well, not buzzing, but sort of flying around the pond, didn't we?
We did.
And anyway, Mr. Jordan took a fabulous photo of it for us, didn't he?
Yes.
Now, tell me something interesting about a damselfly.
They are amazing hunters.
Ooh.
They grab other insects in midair using their legs like a little basket to catch
Do
them.
they go like that?
Yes,
Like giving them a
but they
bit
don't
of...
hug them. No, they
No.
eat them.
Oh, do they eat them while they're flying, do you think? Or do they
Yes.
have to... Oh, do they?
Yes,
Wow.
it's like a takeaway.
Multitasking. Thank you, Tim.
You're welcome. But they can't walk on their legs. Did you know that?
Well,
They
what?
can only use them to perch
Oh.
and catch food.
Oh, okay, that is interesting.
Yes,
Thank you
I'm
very
a
much.
mine of information.
You are, thank you, Tim. So, now, this is one of my, do you know that I just find them quite annoying? I know that's not a really nice thing to say about, you know, living things, but woodlice. Now, as, you know, we saw lots of them in the garden
Yes.
today. They're always in our house.
Woodlice everywhere.
I mean, they are everywhere. I don't know. I mean, there are so many of them. I mean, some people like them. It's not really one of my favourite things, but you know, I suppose I don't actually know what they do. I did kind of look up. I did actually look up some facts about them, but what I found quite amusing is they're actually given lots and lots of different names.
Yes. Let's do some, shall
Okay,
we?
let's do some now. So, one name is an armadillo bug because they look a bit like an armadillo.
I like cheese log,
I mean, cheese log.
but they're not made of cheese and they don't look like logs.
Do you think they smell of cheese?
I don't know.
I know, that is
Haven't got close enough.
I know. Well, another one is potato bug. I mean, why? I mean, I haven't even heard of some of these names before.
Cheesy bug?
Cheesy bug, cheese bug, cheesy bug, potato bug. I mean, it doesn't look like a potato. Does it taste like a potato? I don't know. I wouldn't advise eating one. Actually, they're a crustacean.
Yes.
And a crustacean is
That's
like
a big
prawn.
word.
I know. I was quite proud of myself. It's like a prawn. I mean, I love prawns and
Maybe you
fish
should
and-
try one then.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to eat chucky pigs or whatever they're called.
Chucky pigs. That's another name
Chucky
for them,
pigs,
isn't it?
chucky pigs.
Chucky pigs.
I know. I just could call them woodlice. Simple as.
Very, very, very
Yeah.
peculiar.
Right, and so the next one. Let's move on. Okay, our next one. Next lovely bug is called the May bug. Now, Tim, remember what I said to you about this? Now, it's a fairly large beetle,
It is.
the May bug, and we found it in our, we've got a wild sort of gooseberry plant growing through our trees. We found it sitting on there, and it's actually really hairy, isn't it?
It's got a really, really hairy chest.
It's very. I mean,
Very
I
strange.
didn't actually think beetles were hairy, but
This
this. I
one's
mean, this
very
is
hairy.
This was very furry. I mean,
Yes.
you kind of can see it. Anyway, it's called a Maybug. It does have other names.
Yes.
But it's called a Maybug. That's primarily because it comes out in May.
Yes.
Really?
It's very, very big.
It is. It's quite a large
Very, very
beetle.
hairy.
Very hairy, and it only actually lives for about 5 to 6 weeks.
Ooh,
So not
that's
very long at all.
not
Sorry,
long.
I'm itching my nose. Something's irritated my nose. Excuse me. I do apologise. I think it's a bit of pollen.
Should
from
I
those-
take over?
from those bees? No, it's okay. It's okay, Tim. Sorry, I do have a few notes here. See, children, just you know what I'm like. Mrs. Jordan forgets things sometimes. Anyway, so let's move on. We're going to move on to now. Do you remember we were talking about the mining? Mining bee.
Yes.
They're the ones that live
in
the
the
ground. I was telling you,
burrows.
yeah, that we have lots of them in our grass, just living. They live on their own, and yeah. Tell me something about the old mining bees then.
They nest in burrows in the ground that look like little volcanoes, and they
What,
fill.
the bees?
Yes, they
The-
make little volcanoes in
Oh,
the
the
grass.
the bees don't look like volcanoes.
No, the bees don't look
Oh,
like
okay.
volcanoes, Mrs. Jordan. The
Oh.
burrows look like volcanoes,
Oh, okay.
and they
okay.
fill the burrow with pollen, and then lay
We
an
saw,
egg.
and so we saw them collecting the pollen, didn't
Yes.
we, from our lovely little purple flowers? And I
Yes.
can't think what the flowers are called.
Flowers,
Purple ones.
purple flowers. And then the baby bee, the larva, feeds on the pollen. But ashy mining bees,
Well, sorry?
I can't say that. Ashy mining bees.
Ashy mining bees. That's what the ones are called
yes,
that are in our
that's
garden?
what we have.
Oh, okay.
And they are not aggressive, and they can sting, but they never do.
They can sing.
Sting,
Oh, sorry.
but they never do because they're not aggressive.
Oh, well,
They're
that's
quite
nice to
friendly
know,
bees.
isn't it?
Yes.
So I shouldn't run away. I shouldn't sort of
You
run
don't
screaming.
need to run
from...
screaming across the garden from them.
Oh,
No.
okay. Thank you, Tim. Thank you very much for that.
That probably won't stop you though.
Oh, now, let's move on to our next. The friendly spider. I know.
Friendly spider.
Yeah, now, this isn't one of Mrs. Jordan's favourite
No.
creepy crawlies at all.
No.
And actually, I'm not very brave. And
No.
when there's a spider in the house, I have to get Mr. Jordan to come and put it back outside.
It's usually
Don't I?
yes. It's usually accompanied by a lot of screaming.
Yes.
Screaming first, ask Mr. Jordan second.
Now, did you know that spiders can be found in every continent in the world? Yeah, they are everywhere except from Antarctica.
You should move there then.
Exactly, I was actually thinking that myself. Apart from, I think it may be a tad cold
Yes.
for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's obviously a tad cold for spiders as well, which
Yes.
is why they don't like it.
No.
So yeah, that wouldn't really be any good, but it would be quite nice though. It's strange though, isn't it, that they're
Yes.
everywhere but except Antarctica. And did you also know, you probably did know this, but it's a really long word, people who have an irrational, which means means kind of a fear of something or something that's not.
It's not logical. It's not sensible.
It's not. It's not. I was going to say maybe they might not know what logical means. Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's. I don't really know what to say about that. So yes, it's an irrational, a silly. Some people would say it was silly.
I would.
A fear, a phobia is a fear of something. Now, a fear of spiders or phobia of spiders is called arachnophobia. It's a long. Wake up, Tim. It's called arachnophobia.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
and you have it, don't you, Mrs. Jordan?
I do have it.
An irrational fear of small, harmless, tiny spiders.
But some of them aren't very small.
They are smaller than you.
Yes, okay.
And smaller than me.
I'll give you that, yes, but.
And yes.
All right, let's move on from spiders. Okay, so our last one, millipedes. Now,
yes,
we found this the other day, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, it was actually, I think it was yesterday.
Yes.
It was when I was clearing out all the ivy I was telling you about. Now, tell me something about millipedes.
The name millipede means 1,000 legs, but they don't have 1,000 legs. They usually have 50 to 200 legs.
Why are they called millipedes then?
I don't know. Maybe people who named them couldn't count. They like to eat rotting plants, and they like damp, dark places.
Oh, well, that explains why we found it yesterday underneath all the ivy.
Yes, and did you know millipedes are even older than sharks? They've been around for millions and millions and millions of years, and were one of the very, very first creatures to live on the land.
No way! That's a really interesting fact.
Very, very, very old. Obviously, not each millipede, but
millipedes
as a species.
Oh wow!
Very old.
That's amazing.
Very, very successful.
Thanks for that, Tim. Very
You're welcome.
Interesting. So,
yes.
Anyway, before we go, I hope you've enjoyed that little bit of
ramble
rambling
through the
on.
undergrowth.
Now, Mr. Jordan, actually, talking of ivy, he was clearing some ivy that was all up the side of our house. While he was doing that, he found this. I have to be really, really gentle with it. Look. Do you know what it is, Tim?
It's a very, very useless bowl for eating your breakfast out of. It won't keep the milk in.
No, it's not. It's a bird's nest.
Oh.
But look, isn't it just amazing? And it's actually, I wish that you could hold it, because it's actually it's heavier than I kind of imagined. And I don't know if you can see, if I lift that up there. It's really, look, all of that grass and stuff inside, and it's really quite soft. That's where all the little eggs and all the little baby birds were once. Obviously it's not used anymore. This is an old one. There weren't any eggs or anything in it when Mr. Jordan took it down. So this is a very old one, probably maybe from last year, or who knows how many years old. But it's all made from bits of old twig, dried grass, bits of mud. It's so clever.
Yes,
I thought you'd like to see that. Yeah. So thank you, Mr. Jordan, for finding that.
Wow.
I know. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yes, it's very, very clever.
So that's it really for today. Our very exciting, non-existent kind of bug hunt.
Elusive bugs remained elusive.
But anyway, it was so lovely to see you, and we really enjoy doing this and saying hello to you all, and we really hope that you enjoy seeing us, and especially me. And
me. Me.
Anyway, listen, until next time, take care of yourselves, and please, please, please. Oh, nearly forgot. We've got a new email address.
Oh, yes.
We're going to put it up here. New email address. Please send us pictures, photos, any emails. Tell us what you've been up to, because we would love to share it with everybody else. It would be great to hear from you, and just know that you're okay and that you're happy and that you're smiling. That would be great. So lots of love to you. Take care, and we'll see you next week. Say bye, Tim.
Bye, Tim.
Bye.